Hey guys, it's Looney TNT. So today we're going to talk about the best race slash class combo for hunters today. We're going to be discussing it on the Horde side. The Horde side has some really devastating racial for the racial abilities. So we're going to talk about some Horde side. We'll get into the Alliance later on in another video. But today we're going to talk about the Hunter. What race is the best for the Hunter class? Now, it's pretty cool because there are a couple choices here that are fairly similar. There is one that is a little bit better than them all, but we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about the Orc. The Orc is a class that usually is pretty good with anything you pick if you're a warrior and you're trying to do some PvP. The resistance to stun effects is amazing. The enrage to increase damage is amazing. All that stuff is good. But for the hunter, damage done by pets increased. That's gonna help tremendously. Plus, you're gonna get a little attack power buff for the orc. The orc is a great class to pick if you're trying to choose a hunter, so you wouldn't go wrong. So let's go ahead and talk about Undead. The Undead is a class that is a fun class. I really love to be a warlock or a rogue when I pick this class, but you don't see too many of them running around as hunters. Not that it's bad, it's just it's the way they're kind of set up. They're not set up completely to for a hunter role. So as you guys can see, the benefits that the Undead bring to the table, they pretty much have a little mini trinket. They can drain health from the enemies, resistance to fire or the shadow damage. They're not bad, but they're not the best hunter. Now let's go ahead and go into Tauron. Tauron is interesting because when you look at Tauron, you know, they're natural hunters, right? They go out and they live off the land and stuff like that, but they actually don't make the best hunter. You'll sometimes be asked to reroll if you are a hunter in a high end rating guild. If you're a Tauron hunter and you're trying to apply for a high end rating guild spot, it's a little bit easier now because you do have increased effects from critical strikes. But before, nobody would want you. So, but they aren't bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. So let's talk about the Tauron. You have a little stomp ability. It's an AoE stomp ability. Like I already discussed, increases the effects of critical strike, so that's good. But you do have increased stamina, which a lot of people prefer warrior or paladin tank and such like that. The Taurons, they're built well for tanking classes, but they're not bad. Let's go into the Troll. The Troll, in my opinion, is the best hunter class, or race slash class for the hunter overall. That's why you'll see a lot of casters, you'll see a lot of hunters, you'll see a lot of people being the Troll class because they have a mini bloodlust, or a mini, what is it called, heroism, or whatever it's called for the Alliance side. They have a mini bloodlust, and it's a berserk, increases attack and casting speed. It is an amazing spell, and you cannot go wrong if you pick a troll, anything really. So leveling is amazing, increases experience gains from killing beast, reduces duration effects of movement and parrying effects, which means if you're raiding or something, or you're doing PvP and they're trying to slow you, you can't be slowed as well. So, you know, you can be slowed, but not as dramatic as you would in another class. So, by far, I feel this is the best, but there is another one that is actually really good too, and a lot of fun because I've played it. So let's go into the Blood Elf. The Blood Elves really don't give anything for the hunter. There's no benefit to the hunter for the hunter class as a Blood Elf. The Blood Elves are a fun class to play. They are a really popular class for the Horde, but they do have a silencing ability. But a lot of times you're going to be really far away if you're trying to be a hunter, and you're not going to be able to use that silence ability as well as you could maybe with a rogue or something like that. But you know, they're not bad. They're just not made to be one of the hunter classes. So let's go ahead and get into the Goblin. The Goblin is amazingly fun as a hunter. It is super, super legit to play as a hunter because they're, let me read some of the stuff they can do. You can rocket jump forward. Now, as a hunter, you can jump backwards also. So you can be jumping everywhere. You can jump forward, and then they're trying to catch up. You can jump back. It's such a fun class to play as a Goblin. It's super, super fun. You can launch rockets at enemies and things like that, but you're not really going to use that. But I guess you could probably use it in your rotation, maybe somewhere. But it's just a really fun. You know, haste is increased doing this. Goblin is one of those ones that I really, really like to play as a hunter. So, actually, there's one more. Let's go ahead and talk about Pandaria. The pandas, right? Pandas as a hunter. I've seen a couple pandas as a hunter. They're okay, but they're not a great class for the hunter. But they are a fun class. They are a fun class because you can you have an ability bouncy, and you can take less fall damage. So if you want to take less fall damage, or you gain bonus stats from eating food and stuff, it's up to you. But you know, I don't even consider this for a hunter. You know, they're okay, but they're just not the best for racials if you're looking for that little extra edge. And that's all these racials are, is a little bitty extra edge. It's not tons, it's just a little bit. So here are my top three. Probably coming in at third is the Orc. Coming in second is the Goblin. And coming in first is the Troll. Either one of those are good, but I feel the Troll's the best, but I feel the Goblin is the funnest. So have fun picking the class for the hunter, figuring out what you want to do. The biggest thing with the hunter is stick with it, level it up, get it to 100, do some raids, understand your rotation, learn the class, and come back to the channel, and I'll probably have some hunter guides for you. Alright guys, make sure to like, favorite, share, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.